information.
Okay.
Top 2 tonight and gets an interview, y'all are gonna hear him because he figured out how to share his voice.
Love to see it.
So
Oh, he hit
just
the apron a little bit. Oh, a little contact with Lewis.
I'm actually going to disconnect my laptop just to be safe.
Yeah,
See, that was weird because I made sure that I didn't have anything else connected aside from my system. And I had everything hooked up all day long. Never once had a connection issue. Playing multiple games, not just Heat 5. And gosh, I'm seeing a lot of server lag right now.
One thing I was gonna say.
Anyway, we're back.
When these guys are starting to pass each other, one thing I wouldn't want to really be doing is I wouldn't be battling too hard up on that outside line because that is taking a toll on your tires, which will eventually force you to pit earlier than maybe you wanted to. Because it looks like we got...
These guys have got it figured out right now, though. They are very, very slowly running down Max Boost there. Draven, Joe, Jag, LD, all lined up, nose to tail. And they are slowly, I mean, very slowly getting to Max right now. So if they keep this up,
They'll get
see
him.
a battle for the lead here.
As long as
try to pass.
no, as long as if they stay nose to tail and if they're content doing so, I mean, they'll get him.
I would, if they don't get them for pit stops, I believe LD Allen is in the prime time spot right now. Dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. Down into pit road. Throw 4 fresh ones on there before anyone else. Get on out there. Rolling up in the front. Rolling
How
like
would
a
that
big
be?
shot. So,
What about Duck?
I forget that part a lot.
Draven missed his corner just a little bit.
He did.
But
LD.
everybody-
I think LD scrubbed a little bit of speed there. He kind of dropped back from Jag. As I'm just gonna stay with this group of 4. It looks like Tommy and Lewis and I think Gator are all in that secondary group of 3 behind the top 5.
And right now, Max Boost has not slowed down much. These guys are still dancing around a little bit back there.
He is a machine.
Yes.
He is an absolute machine.
Do you think he has a shot of making the championship race?
Stop.
Hey, Kevin Harvick didn't make it.
I would be extraordinarily surprised if he did not make the Final 4.
Okay, so Jag just passed. You already heard. So it changed for 3rd position there.
That
Looked
he
like
did.
Joe had missed his corner just a little bit there. And now he's going to look
He's going right back
to the inside.
And this is what Max wants to see.
Yes.
He wants to see these guys racing.
Absolutely. He doesn't want to see them all lined up nice and neat like they were, but
That other group is catching. That third group is catching that second group, it looks like.
And that's-
Tommy,
that-
Lewis.
that second group, so if you have a fast car leading,
Whoa.
if you have a fast car leading your group, that's where you want to be. Because if the fastest car is second or third in line, they're losing time because they're having to slow up for the people in front of them. So like Tommy being in the front of that group, showing that he was one of the fastest cars earlier, having him in front of those other 2, that's exactly what those 2 want, because he could possibly pull them up to these 4, and then there'll be a train of 7 that can go after Max. But Max hasn't lost too much. You already heard looking under Draven at the moment.
Honestly, I wouldn't want to be in a train of 7 because, when you put the numbers together and you have the draft, that should pull them up there. But 7 cars in a
That's a lot.
line,
Oh, Draven clipped the grass just a little bit.
right
Yeah.
now, all you can kind of hope for is to hold your distance on Max Boost, pit before Max
Oh,
Boost.
Jag looking to the inside of Joe right here.
Yeah, this is what Max wants all day. Max looking for win number 13 on the season, by the way.
And that would give him the all-time NARL record for wins in the Cup Series.
Yes, and all in one season.
Which is absolutely incredible, considering that he's missed 7 races this year.
Right. I think he's...
Tommy has pulled this second group up to the back bumper of LD Allen here, so as you mentioned, Tommy has got some speed in that race car.
That he does.
But
he showed it on Tuesday as well, and he translated it to the Cup Series, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Look at him right on that white line. I mean, he's, aside from Max, he's been one of the few cars that has been able to keep it down on that white line consistently without losing any speed in that race car.
Right.
Well, he gives LD a shot.
I don't know. If I had to guess, I was going to say, if I had to guess, it probably wasn't on purpose. Tommy don't do that. From my experience with him. You already
Joe's
heard
gonna get past Jag.
Yep.
And here comes LD Allen.
Allen to follow.
They may freight train Jag Boy here.
Ooh.
Oh, contact.
Side-by-side action.
Jag came down pretty hard there. Tommy.
Oh. Tommy a little bit of contact on Jag Boy.
Plum, I think you were, or was it you, Sharp? One of you was saying that Max doesn't necessarily run the white line all the way around you. He moves up a little bit. Looks like Tommy's doing the same thing, and I wonder if that's just to carry more speed out of the corners.
They get the arc out of the corner, yes.
Right,
I'm thinking instead of shooting straight for the bottom and the car starts to slide up, you start a little bit higher on the racetrack, out of the throttle a little bit sooner, and you carry a little bit more speed middle of the corner off.
You already heard.
Tom's looking under LD here. Wow.
And you already heard he's looking under Draven. Oh my!
Wow, big loose.
Huge loose.
Tommy's gonna get around him.
And he's gonna push. You already heard there.
But as we mentioned, the more these guys race side by side like this.
Oh, and
Joe's in the wall.
Oh no!
Oh, he put Tommy in the grass. Tommy, good save.
This is like, to be honest, this reminds me.
Oh, Jags on the apron. Ooh, that could have gotten ugly. Draven up the track. Tommy's going to get around them. Contact between Lewis and Jag. Oh, big move by Lewis.
All right, those three.
So Draven goes from running second pretty much the majority of this run to now falling back to 6th place. Yes. Here comes LD Allen.
And through all that chaos, 3rd place is Gator Mike right now.
I was going to say, don't look now.
Recovery.
Yeah. And, great recovery, but I was going to say, this is actually, I mean, a little bit like a plate race, with the draft, but this is a lot like a California where you are just primarily wanting to scrub speed. So
and Gator is one of the best plate racers in our league, so he knows how to use that draft to his advantage.
Ooh, Lewis in the wall.
Yeah. You don't want to be getting that four-wheel slide, especially out of 4.
Ooh, Jag hard in the wall going into 1. Continue, sorry.
I mean, I was looking, and it's Gator Mike is 3.1 seconds behind Max Boost right now, so most definitely you're going to want to pit before Max Boost, and if you see Max Boost coming down,
Hurd and Tommy to pit road. Lewis also
LD
in.
Allen's coming off of pit road right now. Assuming he took 4 tires, we're about to see what kind of time that 00 can make on this field.
And that's going to leave Gator by himself, and Draven and Jag go together. That's when do these guys pit?
K-Bart on coming out as well. Max is in a different. He's got damn near half a straightaway right now. Looks like Gator's coming in.
Got to try something.
And they were right about 4, 5, 6 laps fuel left to go on that run, so carried out that run pretty well.
What was the fuel run in the cars?
31 laps fuel.
And how many laps is Max coming to here? If you
there's about 25 to go.
Okay.
He's coming to 24 to go.
Sweet.
So it'd be interesting to see does he take 2 or 4? Because staying out, I don't see those guys pitting early, passing Max, but closing up to the back.
He's coming to pit road this time.
And Draven and Jagboy are still out here. Let's see if they come in.
Max is coming in. And I'm sure I think Draven. Oh, nope. Draven and Jagboy are staying out.
Might as well. I mean, you got a clean racetrack. You've already kind of made your bed.
Right. Last regular season race of the year. Can't hold anything back now.
Yep, just wing it. Grip it and rip it.
There you go. That's me playing golf.
Too many cars sitting on pit road, though. Too many.
It's a tough scene. Hopefully it gets resolved before the playoffs, but I do not have high hopes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I'll stay on Max. He's still in.
He's coming into pit road. Jagboy.
Still in the pits. Kelvin in. It looks like Max is taking 4. He's been in here a little while. As his car rocks back and forth.
There he goes. Don't pay attention to the cosmetic damage.
Clowns. Clowns at 7:04.
Yep. Can't do nothing right.
No, they can do something right. They're just not allowed to say it on stream. As Max still has half a straightaway on, I think that's You Already Heard and Tommy.
Yes, and Gator is about a second behind.
Gator is in 4th.
He is. I think. Is that Draven?
He's actually 6th. Draven coming in.
The Allen got up to 5th.
Lewis in 6th. K. Barton
comes Draven off of pit road. He's going to lose a lot of time here.
We'll see if Tommy and You Already Heard, they both have shown speed. We'll see if they can work together and catch Max a little bit. Because I think with 2 cars is ideal because you get enough draft to catch the guy in front without having to worry about multiple, well, more than 2 people. So a few people, you don't have to worry about a few people staying in line.
Yeah, and after pit stops, that's going to be Max Boost in 1st. You Already Heard 2nd. Tommy 3rd. Gator Mike 4th.
Ooh, Tommy came out of that corner real high.
It looks like Audi Allen might hold on to 5th here. And Lewis in 6th. So I don't know if Lewis pit with You Already Heard Tommy, so I don't know if maybe he had a little struggle getting on pit road. I can't imagine he had a pit road penalty.
No, it looked like he came in a little hot, so he had to woe it down real fast. He didn't have the smoothest entry, but
you know what is smooth?
Bush latte. As we ride along with You Already Heard, looking up ahead to Max.
These 2 are fast enough. I believe that if anyone's going to catch them, it could be those 2. You got 2 cars producing a little bit more speed.
Oh, absolutely.
No one battling with them. Tommy's pretty fast. I don't know, maybe if it's not working, maybe does You Already Heard, maybe pull up, let Tommy go around, give her a try. You got nothing to lose.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt anything if... I'm pretty sure that they're all in the same chat party with a bunch of other guys, but I think if it's not working, you might as well try it, right?
Yep. And it looked like Tommy's maybe taking a little bit of a look.
It kind of looks like they might have like slightly different lines too. Like Tommy is running it way high coming out of the corner to keep up that speed, and it looks like You Already Heard is cutting it down to the apron just a little bit harder.
Yeah, and see that's actually I noticed in the trucks there Tuesday. Tommy was pushing it in to the corner quicker. I was arcing it in a little bit higher, and it carries more speed arcing it higher off the corner.
Right.
Losing some speed going in, obviously, but
I think you want to carry that speed off because the straightaways here are, well, I guess neither one of them are actually straight. No. Because there is that slight curve in the backstretch, but they are quite long. I mean, and if you carry that speed down there, you might get run. Tommy looking to the inside of Joe.
Yep.
So
this is a perfect spot to maybe do a switch. Maybe if they did a switch, because now you can line right back up. Yep,
right.
just right off the corner and keep on rolling with it.
Max still has roughly half a straightaway of a lead.
Yep.
It's just unreal how good he is.
Tell you what, LD Allen hit it a little earlier. His tires are hanging on very well, though. He's pulled up to Gator Mike here with Lewis drafting with him.
Yeah, I think you can actually get away with pitting a little bit earlier as long as you have the draft that can help carry you. But I don't know. I mean, how many laps was that they pit before Max, Tommy, and you already heard? About what, 5 laps?
I was to say 5 would probably be a pretty safe guess. It looks like You Already Heard is getting a little loose, so that might hurt.
Oh, here comes Allen for 4th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even.
LD Allen making the move for 4th place on Gator.
We'll move back here. I don't think they'll.
Max is on the backstretch heading into 3 right now.
Yes.
And Tommy is just now going to 3.
We'll focus on the battle for 4th. The moment. It looks like Gator might have hit the apron there a little bit, or that might have just been 704 being 704. Allen up to 4th, though. Very good showing by the Xfinity regular tonight. And the normal booth mate I have on Thursdays. Making the most of his call-up, that's for sure.
Good to see him running up front. He's been solid all night long. He's been having a solid Xfinity Series season.
Believe he finished 3rd in the regular season points?
I believe so. And I think he won. I'm sorry, I haven't really been keeping up with it. But he's won twice this year, I believe.
I know he's got at least 1 win.
He won in Mid-Ohio for sure. I think he did win somewhere else. I could be mistaken, but he's going to be one of the guys to watch for in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And, their season starts on Sunday for the playoffs.
Absolutely. It's gonna be prime time to see the cream of the crop rise here in the NARL for the next few weeks as playoffs start on Sunday, like Sharp said. Good Lord, Max Boost is just on rails. I mean, it's just unbelievable to see this guy each and every single race, road course, intermediate, super speedway, short track, doesn't matter. This guy shows up and just puts on a clinic. And as much as we mess around with Max asking us, what sort of setups you run, in all seriousness, it's really amazing to watch a guy with this, the talent level that he has, just show up on race day and just absolutely dominate the way that he has. And, you have to respect a guy like that who's able to just outrun his competition. Absolutely. Every race here in the NRL, he shows why he was in the Pro League. And we're very happy to have him and very thankful to have him here. He's a super humble guy. I mean, like I said, Pro League top tier of this game, and super humble, great to talk to. Pretty funny, sneaky funny too. When he does say something, it's generally pretty good. So
yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk with Max too many times in actual voice chat, but it's he's human. He scraped the wall.
What?
He scraped the wall. He's human.
Oh goodness.
I
will.
It wasn't enough to slow him down. It didn't do anything to his car.
Plummy said he's coming 8 to go.
Yeah, to go right here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He's just on cruise control. Thursday night evening.
There was one race earlier in the season where you made the joke that he is human because he scraped the wall, but Texas for him was a little bit of a tough go. He was getting really loose out of 4, much like everybody else does, but
yeah, Cole did not treat Max well when he and I were running side by side with each other later on in the race. I had made an adjustment. I caught Max in crunch as we were trying to track down one of our former drivers in here, and I made the move on Max on the outside and passed him, and then for whatever odd reason, my car, I got just a little bit loose off the high side, corrected it, and as I was straightening up to draft with crunch, on my screen, I never touched him. I even went back and looked at my personal stream, and I was shocked to see Max go straight to the inside wall.
Right.
And that's where that caution came up and created the late race drama. But you just don't see any mistakes. It takes some sort of chain reaction or 704 to really get him out of contention, and that just hasn't happened this season.
704 really enjoys crapping on everybody recently.
I'm interested to see though in these playoffs here. I think a lot of guys maybe didn't work a whole lot on themselves. Not to take anything away from Max, because he's obviously fast and live in the zip code. But I think when it comes to playoffs times, I mean, just like you said, he did struggle at Texas. There are a lot of good guys still in this in the Cup Series.
Oh, absolutely.
I think you're going to see some surprises here in the playoffs. And as I was saying, all that you already heard, looked like you nicked the wall a little bit off 4. Tommy's grown some distance.
I think I saw you already heard getting a little loose coming out of a couple corners, but got a couple comments in the booth. Somebody said Matt Hartman said Busch Latte, the breakfast of champions.
Yes, hey. I like Matt Hartman.
And then to answer Big Jim's questions, Max is leading, Sharp lagged out. Max versus Tommy. So that was actually, you already heard, because he's running the gear wrench car too. Max is like a straightaway ahead. He's doing Max things.
Oh, Joe is getting big time loose right now.
Yeah,
My goodness.
And Gator has caught LD Allen. There's a pretty good battle here for 4th.
There is.
LD pitted a couple laps ahead of Gator, so I don't know if the tires are finally starting to give out a little bit on that 00. He's doing a good job holding them off for right now, but we got Jimmy John's Ford pulling up to this group. Draven pitted a couple laps later than everybody. Could he steal a top 5? But Tommy is absolutely pulled away from these guys. I mean, if Tommy would have been a little bit closer to Max, no telling what would have happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this battle here because I mean I think our top 3's been set.
I was gonna say this is probably the best battle. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's now 2 to go here as Max crossed the line, and Gator's looking to the inside of Ellie Allen.
Couldn't quite get there.
And Lewis is just going to go wide here and give Draven a spot. Maybe hope Draven's a little faster, pull up behind him, catch them guys, and pull a little magic.
Hold on. Max is. We'll go focus on him for this last lap, I guess. As he comes out of 4, taking the white flag here.
Presented by Credit One Bank.
Presented by Busch Latte tonight, actually. I changed
Busch Latte, I likes it.
I change the sponsor every week. We're not actually sponsored by anybody at the moment, but investors could be you.
Much Busch Latte as I drink, y'all should be at least giving
Once
me a
again,
hat.
Max Boost just absolutely putting on the clinic tonight.
He's just
good to see him.
Driving Miss Daisy through 3 and 4 here, coming to the checkered. Just unreal. Every type, like Sharp was saying, every type of track. I know, Sharp, you like the road courses, but
can't touch the man. Tommy coming home with a P2 with Joe Brown in 3.
Ooh, Gator almost had
gets
Allen
4th. Gator gets 5th. So Gator, I would assume. I mean, Max pretty much had a max points night. I assume that he will overtake Gator Mike for the 2nd position, but Gator will be extremely happy that he was able to hold on to top 3 in points. That will give him a few extra bonus points.
I'm gonna blue screen here and shoot Max an invite. We'll get him in here. Again. Oh man, just unreal. All right, just sent Max an invite. My goodness, the man is untouchable. I won't say untouchable, but he's got very few flaws. As we are joined by our winner again, Max Boost 27, our resident pro leaguer. How you feeling after your win, Max?
I feel pretty good, man. That was a fun one. It was grueling. I was really hoping there wasn't going to be a caution at the end.
I mean, I feel like I ask you this every week because you win damn near every time that I'm in the booth, it seems like. But what do you think you did in that last stage to really separate yourself by that full straightaway from the field?
I had to break away from the train of drafting cars. Luckily, they kind of fought, so I was able to break away and then just build on it. I got a really good balance. The car wasn't great, first two stages, and the final stage I was able to get the tire pressure right, where I could just nail every lap. Every lap was a qualifying lap, and it worked to kind of get away from the draft, and then it was just, nail every lap, and it worked out.
Absolutely. It definitely worked out from what we saw up here, that's for sure. Plum, what do you got for our winner?
You think you got a chance going into the playoffs?
I'd say I feel decently confident to at least make it to the round before the Final Four. I don't know how we do it. I believe all the points reset.
So since you're in the top 3, the way it works, so you have all those bonus points racked up from your wins and your stage wins for round 1, in addition to the top 3 points. But then once you get past round 1, the only thing that carries over is anything from round 1, so any wins or stage wins. And then if you're in the top 3, those points then also carry over.
Okay.
For the regular season, yes.
Yeah. I do feel pretty confident. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna give the playoffs my all. This is my final full season with an ARL, and I'd like to go out on top. It's one of my favorite leagues to race in.
You and I both, Max, but I'm in the lowly truck series. Need to get that championship so I can leave on a good note.
Absolutely.
Can you say that a little louder? What was that again about the league? Favorite leagues running.
This is my favorite league to run in, man. It's always so much fun.
Yes. What track are you looking at the most? What track what track are you gonna probably may have more problems with in the first round? I guess that
first round. So I'm actually going to be missing Talladega. I'm going up to Washington on a road trip, and so I'm going to try my best to go to the Roval and try to get the win there, so I could do the whole road course sweep of the season, but also lock myself in.
Fair.
But after that, I'm really looking forward to Vegas. I think if I could get to the Final Four, it's going to be a good one.
Sharp, what do you got for him? Your fellow Cup competitor.
Max, not often that I get to talk to you up here in the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, man. Unfortunate early into my night here. But before I ask my question for you, since you did say it was your final season, we get all of your setups after the season is over, right?
Oh, 10-4. Yeah, I'll give you guys everything. For sure, man.
No. In all seriousness, Max, congrats on the win, brother. I mean, I was telling the other guys, I mean, it's a privilege for us to have you in here running with us, making the time, aside from your pro league and all of your other obligations that you make to run with us there. It's always a lot of fun trying to keep up with you on track. So I mean, with the season that you've had, I mean, it's just pure domination from you. I mean, as long as you're making the majority of these races here, I mean, how confident are you that you're just going to be able to run straight through this playoffs to Las Vegas?
I'm actually not super confident after the first round. Racing's racing. Anything can happen. I could lag out, knock on wood. You don't know what could happen. You guys are really fast, and you just don't know. So, I mean, the confidence isn't really there. But we'll see when we get to the races. And I hate that you lagged out, man. You were bad fast.
Man, I just didn't get the opportunity to actually see what the adjustments would do. But, I mean, it's my favorite oval. It's a shame, but, I mean, didn't have anything to lose. It was nice to be in the booth for a cup race for the first time in a while. So it was good to see you get that win, Max. Congratulations.
Appreciate that, buddy.
With that, Max, congratulations on not only your win, but we believe you also took second place in points, so you get an additional 5 bonus points through both rounds.
Oh, nice.
If you can make it that far, we'll put an asterisk on there. But with that, with the congratulations, we'll let you get on with your night. As always, when you're up here, the floor is yours. Who would you like to shout out?
I'd like to shout out my buddy Matt Hartman. I hope he's still listening. I hope he's still in the chat. He always is bugging me about sending the links to watch these races, and I know he blows up the chat with his max boost in all caps, so just shout out for him watching. I appreciate that.
I can confirm he was in there. He also said Busch lattes are the breakfast of champions, because Plum's a big fan of him as well now. Anybody else you got before you get out of here?
Shout out to you guys. Always spending your nights covering these races. Like that's a really big commitment, and I know everybody in the league appreciates it. I appreciate it so much. I'd love to do it with you guys sometime. I think that'd be really fun next season, seeing how I won't be running full
Yes.
time. But I appreciate it so much. You guys do a great job. It's always fun to listen to the next day, and just you guys are the best. This league is the best. I really appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you, Max. Congratulations. And with that, we'll let you get on with your night while we get second place finisher, the truck call up, Tommy D in here. So I'll go blue screen and invite him to the party. Right quick. As he is appearing online, which is great. Just sent him the invite. He was the Denny Hamlin mobile.
Yeah.
That was a great run from Tommy, though.
Yep, call up, race the Xfinity race at Kansas, did pretty well there from what I've seen, and he didn't hold nothing back tonight.
He did not. As we're joined by our second place finisher, Tommy D. How you feeling after that, Tommy, after your second place finish?
I feel all right. I feel like it was a good run.
All right.
It was fun.
I mean,
K-Bar for having me out. It was a good time.
It was fun to watch you out there because we saw how well you did on Tuesday. What do you think was the reason that there was such a gap between you and Max? Was there something that you could have done differently at the beginning of Stage 3 or maybe pitted at a different time? What do you think was the reason for that?
So at the beginning of Stage 3, I was right with him, and I felt good. Car felt great. He started kind of lagging pretty bad, and he was back and forth, and it was going on for 2, 3 laps, and coming off 2, it had like rubber banded and backed into me, and it caused me to hit the wall, and I dropped back to what, 6th or 7th, I believe, when that happened, and then by the time I got back to second, he was gone. I mean, his long run speed was good, but I felt like I had good long run speed that I felt like if I stayed in his draft, I could have hung with him.
Oh, absolutely, and no shame in losing to Max. As
No, he was badass. He was good.
he's unbelievable. He shows why he's a pro leaguer every week, as we've said.
Yep.
Sharp,
There
what do you?
was
Oh, go ahead.
a lot of times I was side by side with him. I was outside of him. He was outside of me, and I mean we were racing pretty tight with each other, and it was. I don't think we touched once, so it was fun racing with him. Heard a lot about him, so it was nice to be able to get in the wheel and compete against him for once.
Absolutely, it was fun to watch. We saw that on the stream here and there. Sharp, what do you got for our second place finisher, Tommy?
Tommy, awesome job, brother, to get back up to P2 there. You absolutely had one of the best cars out here tonight. I think I was telling the guys if you had been a little bit closer to Max, you might have had a chance to compete with him there.
Yeah.
Well-earned call up. Good to see you running up front. So what does this, this cup call up, any sort of momentum that can carry back over to your series?
Um, I think I just got to keep running good and keep running clean. I think the cleaner I run, the more room guys give you. They don't really race you too bad if you race them clean.
That's it, brother.
And
I mean,
just the first call up. I know you guys don't really do them during the playoffs, so hoping to get a cup call up for next year. And this was a big showing to be able to come out and finish second to Max, and hopefully
it
next
was a
year
blast
something
running with you there for sure. I mean, you obviously had one of the better cars. I mean, it didn't matter where you ran. You were running low side, high side, and making it work everywhere. And it was a lot of fun getting the race with you. Unfortunately, I didn't get to finish the race with you guys, but it was fun to watch you up in the booth for once.
Thanks, man. Yeah, when you were in there, it was a good time.
Oh yeah, for
It
sure.
was a good little battle for sure. I think you would have definitely been up there with us in the top 3 the whole time. So
Yes, indeed. Well, good run again, brother. Congratulations.
thanks, buddy.
Plum, what do you got for your buddy Tommy?
Man, you finished better than me in my cup call up, so just topping me every single time. But when you got behind, you already heard. Do you think maybe you guys could gain on him, or I mean, because I know you guys were in a party, maybe think about switching roles and then.
And that's exactly what we did. So I was pushing him, and we knew that Max pitted about 4 or 5 laps later than us. So we knew that for the first 5 laps, he was kind of going to gain a little bit on us. And then we figured it would kind of level out and we could draft and catch him. But, I mean, we ran about 10, 15 laps and he was still taken away from us. So we had the decision to swap and kind of let me lead and then have him push me. And I think from that, it just started getting away. He started getting loose. I had even told him with about 10 to go, I was going to give him his spot back because he let me have it. And then he just started getting really loose, and he got into the wall and fell back a little bit. So
Yeah, it's stage 2 actually. I just thought of. I'm gonna guess you took 4 and the others took 2.
yeah,
I guess maybe didn't really think. I mean, I guess 2 tires held up a little bit better than 4, huh?
yeah, he was. I mean, I felt extremely good at the end of stage 2. Car was unbelievable. Felt like I was rolling pretty well, and I mean, I was catching them. I just before I got to their draft, I was I want to say maybe like 3/10 a lap, maybe, but I just didn't have enough time. I, of course, caught their draft on the last lap. Had I had 2, 3 more laps, I probably could have done a little bit more with it. But yeah, 3, 4 more laps, and it would have been all right. But yeah, 2 tires, and then Max did fuel only, which I thought was insane. Even when I saw him come off pit road and they said he was on fuel only, I could see him, and I didn't really. I mean, I gained on him, but not as near as fast as I thought I would with him having no tires. So that was an awesome call.
And I think we saw that. I think Sharp brought that up. We saw that work in the first race here this season at Chicagoland. I think OG did it to end up getting a stage win, I think, at some point. But it does work if you have it planned out for that whole stage. But
Yeah.
I don't got anything else for you. You guys got anything else for old Tommy here?
Everything that I thought was right is wrong because I didn't know Max didn't take any tires. Prove me wrong. I'm just wrong about everything.
Well, that's what I was told. Someone told me he took fuel only, so
Now you say that, I could see it. I mean, I was just curious at how he kept all that distance. And then
yeah, he did. He did a heck of a job handling that. I'm sure his tires were completely shot. So
He's something else, that's for sure.
yeah, I just like you said about that happening earlier in Chicago. So the more I race with you guys, the more I see things, the more I'll learn. So I'm sure next time if I get a chance in the Cup Series again to run Chicago, that's going to cross my mind to run that strategy maybe. So
Absolutely. Well, with that, we'll let you get on with your night. The floor is yours, though. Before you go, who are you going to shout out?
K-Bart. K-Bart gave me a shot on a whim, not knowing much about me. I've only ran like 4 or 5 truck races, 1 Xfinity race, and he gave me the opportunity to show what I got tonight, so I appreciate him for letting me do that, especially so close to the playoffs. It's hard to trust someone new to come in and not completely upset the apple cart, but yeah, thanks to him for letting me do that. It was fun.
Well, you certainly proved that you belong. And with that, we'll let you get on with your night unless there's anybody else you want to shout out. But if not, all good. All right.
Thanks, guys.
We'll let you get out of here then, Tommy. Good job. Great run. Let me pull up the Xfinity schedule and see where they go next.
And just before it goes any further there, just being I am in the booth and I haven't had an appearance yet, I want to shout out everybody who has stepped up for the Cup booth at any given point of the season, man. We really appreciate all of the work you guys put into making a good commentary for us there. It's always very much appreciated from the Cup roster.
Absolutely. It's entertaining to do for sure. I personally could not do it for 2 days a week, so that's why I stick to Thursdays. But the next up for the NARL is Xfinity Kentucky on Sunday, 8:45 Eastern as usual. I know the trucks go there as well on Tuesday, but let me see where if I had to guess, if I could type, the Cup guys go there as well, but let me just double check. What were you guys' takeaways from the race, though, aside from Max doing Max things?
I'm wrong about everything.
Tommy put on a show for the truck guys.
That he did.
I mean, that's just unbelievable. I mean, he had 5 truck races in an Xfinity race and comes in and aside from Max, I mean, outdrove everybody in the cup field. I mean, it's just good to see somebody fresh in the league step up, get the call up, and run as well as he did, and as he mentioned, as cleanly as he did. I mean, there was just minimal contact between himself and anybody else on the track, and that's a good sign from somebody who's just starting out with NARL. I really, really respected him on track tonight. The few laps that I did run with him there, he was very patient. But when he had an opportunity, he took advantage of it without, messing up anybody else's moves. So good to see that from Tom tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've raced with him for a while now, and he's a pretty good, clean racer, and he's one to watch, definitely. Like you said, I think he's had 5 truck races, won 3 of the 5, raced Xfinity. He was competitive in the Xfinity race from what I've seen. I think pit strategy threw a wrench in to finish, and then he comes out here and finishes P2, and he was giving Max a run for his money there for a little while. So he's one to watch, and can't take away that LD Allen. He was a call up. He ran good, so he was consistent. Held Gator Mike off for was that 4th, and I'd hate to see WSC. He had a call up too, and I think he would have probably had something there towards the end, but good old 704 took care of that.
704 said nope.
Yeah, so
704 said nope, not today.
For four or 5 guys in the field, it's unreal. But I can confirm it is a trifecta of Kentucky coming up next Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Kentucky Speedway for all 3 series, first round of the playoffs. Please make sure to tune in. With that, we'll let everybody else get on with their night that's watching. Thank you for watching, number 1, and for Plum, D's Pipes, and also Sharp, the unexpected guest of the evening. Unfortunate guest, but also fortunate because Sharp always does a great job up here. Thank you for watching, and good night, everyone.